It's your daily dose of Donna. Welcome to the show. It is a Monday, Monday fun day, manic Monday, Monday, November 17th. Welcome, 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 welcome. I am feeling delirious. Delirious. How you guys doing? How's everyone doing on this beautiful, rainy, cold, manic Monday? I did take a shower over the weekend. Shocking. I took a shower over the weekend and I had a playlist on. This is on Saturday on Bar Mitzvah Day. I'll give you guys a little bit of an update about Bar Mitzvah. I gave you a little, during my shower, I had music on because I was in such a mind F and I couldn't listen to talking. And Manic Monday came on and I was like, parting to Manic Monday on Saturday. But is that not a banger? 6 o'clock already. I was just in the middle of a dream. I was kissing Valentina while there is not a better song. I mean, there are better songs, I'm sure. But in that moment, there was not a better song. But I can't be late because I guess I just won't get it paid. Right? Blame it on the train when the bus is already there. Something like that. It's just another manic Monday. Go. Whoa, whoa. Oh, what a song. What a song. What a life. What a weekend. What a weekend. Oh my goodness. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Everyone get ready to subscribe, hit like. We've got a big show for you guys today. I'm going to recap everything. I'm going to recap my bar mitzvah. It was basically my second wedding. I got married. I'm going to recap Dylan's bar mitzvah briefly for you guys. I'll do more of a personal Patreon episode for you this week. I didn't do Patreon yesterday because I was not okay. I was not okay yesterday. And we're talking about the biggest surprises at Bravocon, all the big shockers. We're going to talk about all this new craziness that's still happening about Blake and Justin. Britney Spears had a sleepover with Kim and Courtney. Ariana Grande got accosted on a red carpet. There was burglaries in Beverly Hills. There's so much news. Let's get into it, you guys. Hit the subscribe and like. It's your daily dose of Donna. Justice for Kristen Bell, Eugene, and Donna's former wallpaper. LOL. LOL. Oh my gosh. Speaking of Kristen Bell, Lance and I finally finished yesterday, minus like a little bit of driving that we had to do, like shuttling the kids around and had to go to the venue to pick up the decor, etc. for the party, whatever. We had to do a couple things. I basically laid in bed all day. All day. It was rainy. I was exhausted. My body doesn't move. Like I injured my back. I mean, I'm old. Okay. Apparently, I can't be jumping in heels anymore. I did all night, but apparently throws out my back at some point. But last night we finished Nobody Wants This season 2. I'm not going to give you guys a spoiler because some of you guys maybe haven't watched it. And I know a lot of people are like, season 2 was just not as good as season 1 of Nobody Wants This. And it wasn't. Okay. I don't think season 2 was as good as season 1. I will say it was a little lackluster compared to season 1. Still, the last episode of both season 1 and season 2, both, tears. Lance and I, both. You know, Lance is a crier. He cried during his speech for Dylan at the bar mitzvah. He made everyone cry. I was pissed because he went before me. And I'm supposed to give the better speech, you know? The mom. Maybe not all moms, but daily dose. I'm the gabber. I didn't realize Lance was going to show me up in the speech department. What? Why? Why Lance? Yeah, Lance made everyone cry. If you subscribe to Patreon, I will give you guys all of the details about the bar mitzvah. I will show you guys the video montage over there. It's a really sweet video that I worked so damn hard on. I'll tell you everything about it. It was such a beautiful party. I posted on Instagram and on TikTok, like a little 1-minute video that my planner just took like videos of the event. I did not pull out my phone. It was lovely. You know what else was lovely? Not being on my phone and on social media for about 24 hours. It was actually so special. And one thing that I really liked was not like being in, I noticed, and let me, like, this is a little bit of a tangent, but like, welcome to Daily Dose of Donna. My show is a tangent. I noticed that I have been really in a scroll hole. Where do you guys spend your energy online lately? Obviously, if you're watching this show, you are here, right? You are spending your time here and you're watching my show. But when you are watching, like when you're on your phone and you're on social media, Susie's right. She goes, wait, LOL, you did use your phone for a great dance. That's true. I pulled my phone out to film like a selfie video of me after a few cocktails with my girlfriends. That's true. But I mean, social media, like I wasn't on social media. Lately, I've noticed I've been in a really, really dark and depressing area on X, which, by the way, like, shocker that I'm in a dark and depressing area on X. That's bad, right? X is great and horrible and wonderful. But what's bad about X and what's great about X is that it knows you so well that the algorithm on X is really, really good. Elon Musk has nailed that algorithm like TikTok. It's better maybe than any other algorithm out there. It's better than it's TikTok style algorithm. So what happens is if you go to X and you spend 5 seconds interacting, engaging, or just even reading one thread, that's it. Every one of your X posts are going to be about that content. So it's great if you're really into, something and whatever. The problem is I've gotten myself in a real bad place there. Really bad. Bad. It has to do with politics. It has to do with bad things. Bad. And I noticed that I was finding myself, you guys, I'm telling you, it took me, I think I was addicted. As Zach says, I was a rage baiter. And what was happening was I was getting online. Okay, Wrigley, are you a rage baiter too? My dog's barking. I was rage baiting myself. So I was going online and I was specifically like going on to X to like anger myself. But I didn't want to, but I was addicted to it. And then I didn't go on X all weekend long. And then last night I went on X for the first time and immediately I was depressed. And I realized like, this is bad. We're doing this to ourselves. Because when I wasn't on X all weekend, I was like, oh, it was really nice not to think for 2 seconds about any of these political figures. You know what I'm talking about, right? It was really nice not to think about like, I don't know, interviewing people like Nick Fuentes, like people like that. Like those people, like, you know who I'm talking. I don't want to bring up those names here, but like, I don't want to think about them here, but that's what I'm talking about. And I feel and there's great people on X too. I could be on X and just talk about Bravo. I could be on X and talk about Real Housewives. I could be on X and talk about really fun things. It's my algorithm. So I have to make a very, very pointed point. I want to reset my algorithm because I want to go on X and just see happy things or like funny things or light things or engaging, inspiring things. It was really nice to get out of it for a while. When I say a while, 24 hours, and then like touch grass. I touched grass, but by grass, I don't mean grass. I was just with real life people. I was with my friends. I was with my family. I was with my sons. I was with their friends. I was dancing. I was eating. I was drinking. I was injuring my back. I was living my great life. I was in a good place. And I was like, happy life is happy in the real world. And then you know what else you notice is that most people online are very angry and they like really rage about politics, about world affairs, about injustices, about and then in real life they don't. Like most people in real life don't talk about the things that they see online, right? Online is like, "Roar!" And then in real life, it's like, hey. So, like, we're all pretty okay. Like, I think real life is going to be okay. Online, I think we're going to self implode. But in real life, we're going to be okay, right? Don't you guys agree? So, I think everything's going to be okay. Now, that being said, I'll keep you guys happy here on this show. Of course, I'll still be upset every once in a while. Don't you worry. Everything's going to be fine. We're going to keep ourselves happy. Let's get into the show. Before we get into the show, you hear Wrigley barking outside. If you do, I don't know if you do or not. I'm probably going to have to bring her in because she's looking at me. This is a problem. We have a barker on our hands. I do need help with this. I don't know how to fix it, but we will have to fix it at some point. And in the meantime, it's a good thing that OLLIE, the brand OLLIE dog food, sponsors my show because she does bark, but she also needs to eat. And OLLIE is the food that keeps her full. And it's also the best food that we have ever tried. It's the only food that doesn't make her, and this is for both my dogs. I have 2 girls and a boy. Okay. So all 3 of my dogs, it's the only food that doesn't give them diarrhea. It doesn't make them vomit. It doesn't make them itch or anything. Okay. OLLIE is truly the best protein-packed meals made with real human-grade ingredients. It's the best for their health, and there's 5 tasty recipes, okay? There's human-grade recipes backed by vet nutritionists and crafted culinary experts. They love the taste, and they're picky. Seriously, especially the older dogs, they're picky, and they show more excitement during mealtime. They're tailored meal plans made to meet your dog's specific needs, perfectly portioned meals in mess-free packaging. They come with their little individual for each dog meals, and it comes with a scoop for easy serving and a storage pup container for 0 fridge stink. And it has an app that's really easy. You can change your decisions of which food you want, etc. It's awesome. Okay, your dog's well-being starts with their food, and that's why OLLIE delivers fresh human grade food that your dogs will love. Head to ollie.com/daily dose, tell them all about your dog, and use code daily dose to get 60% off your welcome kit when you subscribe today. Plus, they offer a happiness guarantee on your first box. So if you're not completely satisfied, you're going to get your money back. That's OLLIE.com/daily dose and enter code daily dose to get 60% off your first box. So take the guesswork out of your dog's well-being. Go to ollie.com/daily dose and use code daily dose to get 60% off your first box. All righty. If she keeps going, I'm going to jump out and run and grab her in here. Okay. I'm going to get her. Just give me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves. Casually Kiki wants to know, can anyone please tell me if Donna goes live daily? And if so, is there a specific time each day? Someone do that for me real fast. Wrigley, come here. Come on. Okay. Yes, I do go live daily. I go live every day, Monday through Friday, unless there's a special event or something else. And I'm usually live around 11:30 a.m. Pacific time or 11:45. And as Micah says, she's always late. But that's because I'm fashionably late, and I like to keep you waiting. And you do. Okay? You do. But make sure to put on your bell. I always put the bell on for all my favorite people on YouTube. And if you're listening to the Apple podcast or Spotify, you make sure to hit follow, and you get like a notification. And Enrique says, yes, she goes live every day, sponsored by Daily Mail. You piece of shit. And maybe I am. I'm not. According to everyone else, I'm sponsored by other people, though. Remember, I'm sponsored by Andy Richter and Tamara Judge. Oh my God. Speaking of Tamara Judge, let's get into just a few. Oh my God, Christina. Should we tell her that we take bets about what time she will go on? That's hilarious. That's so funny. I would die if that was true, and then I would mess with you guys. Like, we would do some insider trading. All right, let's get into today's show before we talk about anything else. I mentioned Tamra Judge. I say we talk about a little bit of fun Bravo news while we're here, and then we'll get into some Justin and Blake and some other stuff. I did get a friend of mine who said, I love your show so much, but I don't care about Bravo. I mean, I don't care about Justin and Blake. And I was like, I get it. I get it. Like, everyone is interested in different things. And that's why I try to kind of give equal time to everything on the show. But last week I did spend a lot of time on Blake and Justin. So I'm trying to do a little bit of of different stuff. Okay. Bravo had a huge weekend. And even though I spent not a lot of time on social media, my feed on Instagram was all Bravo all the time, and I actually really loved it. I loved it. It was really fun to see everything. It looked like Bravocon was a huge success this year. And I went 2 years ago, the last Bravocon. Obviously, I couldn't go this year because this date of the bar mitzvah was in the books for 3 years, 4 years. So obviously they planned it after I already had my date down and deposits and everything. So you couldn't go. But it was really, really successful. It looked like it was at the Caesars Palace Forum, whatever it's called, Convention Center. It's a huge, beautiful location. When I was there a couple years ago, it's a great place to have a con like that in a convention like that in Vegas. I love Vegas so much. It's one of my favorite spots in the world. So I always am down to go to Vegas. And when BravoCon happens again, I'll probably go. Here's the thing about BravoCon, in my personal opinion, you can get all of the information and all of the gossip and all of it from your couch. Like, everything that happened at BravoCon happened for us to know at home. So if you are lacking in funds, if you can't get away because you have babies, or if you have a job that means you can't go away or whatever, absolutely fine. Don't feel, that you're missing out on it, because so many of the panels air on Peacock now, and so many creators are there constantly updating with social media. Literally, I did not feel like I missed out on any gossip of what happened on the stages or on the panels or anything. It's totally like, you will not miss out on that. The only thing that you'll miss is the actual real life experience, right? But I was there a couple years ago. It's cool. It's fun. It's fine. But I think it's one of those things, to be honest, between you and I, between just the two of us. I think it's one of those things where everyone has a really good time, but they like show that they're having more fun than they really do. You know what I mean? Because I remember when I was there. It's Vegas. You're going to have a good time in Vegas no matter what. Bravocon, schmavocon. You're having fun because you're out with your friends, you're drinking, you're partying, you're meeting people, you're enjoying yourself. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of walking. It's a lot of being on. It's a lot of lines. It's a lot of money, right? So that's how I think a lot of it is. If you're a fan and you went to BravoCon, I'm dying to know what your real, honest, true experience was. Did you love it? Did you think it was worth it? Did you think it was so much fun? Did you think it was great? Did you think it was da 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 da? I want to know, honestly, would you do it again? I think people will do it again, because I think it is so it's nice to be around people that enjoy the same things you do. Like, that part is the best part about it. Like at Doser's Live, my live thing, it's nice to meet other people that listen to the same things you listen to, that watch the same things you watch, that you can, it's like finding your people. That's always fun, no matter what. So that part is fun, right? So some big things. I think what we should do is pull up the Bravo Instagram page, because they had great footage. But let's first go through that, and then I'll tell you guys of some of the biggest things that I thought were like takeaways. All I can say is MJ. I mean, all I see is MJ here at the top. From the beginning, the first day, I think that the biggest news that there was Jeff Lewis. Jeff Lewis had an Ask Andy panel. And if you guys have been around here, OGs of Daily Dose of Donna, you'll remember that Jeff Lewis was a huge part for me of this show. I used to be a massive chump listening to Jeff Lewis every single day. And I fell off the Jeff Lewis train. How long ago now? A year and a half ago? A year ago? I can't really remember how long ago it was, but it was a while ago. I literally just stopped listening to Jeff Lewis. I really, truly stopped. I just didn't find it very, how do you put it? Like, how can I put it? How would you put Jeff Lewis? I want to know from you guys. I want to know what you guys think. Do you like Jeff Lewis? I want to hear your guys' comments. Lori says Jeff is a shit stir. Joy says Jeff is a bully. Jeff is a nasty mean girl. Snarky. Yeah, obnoxious. Carol says, I really didn't mind his energy. I thought it was very funny. I thought he was really, really enjoyable and really fun and great until it like hit a point for me. It was around this. Yes, I remember exactly what it was. It was that Justin Martindale stuff. That's what it was. It was when he had the, yeah, it was the Justin Martindale drama. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's kind of hard to explain, but essentially it just, oh my God, you guys, the content amount on Bravo's Instagram, look how much content. I keep scrolling and it doesn't end. This is just from this weekend. This is insanity. I think that they published 500 reels. I mean, good for them. They had a crazy, crazy amount of content. Unreal. Okay, here we go. But Jeff interviewed. So one of the biggest shocking moments was Jeff interviewed Andy, and he did like an Ask Andy moment, and it was not well received from what I saw online. Now, number one, this picture is wild. Okay. This picture is wild. Jeff looks great. Andy looks like Casper the Friendly Ghost. I don't know why in the world Andy did not put on a little bit of tanner for this picture. Like, it's a crazy picture. Does anyone else feel like Andy looks real white? They're very close friends, Andy and Jeff. And it's interesting because Andy must know very strongly that Jeff is Jeff. And Jeff has a little bit of like a bitchy side to him. He always has. And he'll kind of say unfiltered whatever's on his mind. And Andy hires Jeff doing Radio Andy every single day. So he must know this about him. But he still wanted Jeff to be the panelist or the guy asking him the questions. And here's just like a couple moments. Well, it's not going to be shady because the reels that they pulled are not going to be shady. Here's a moment where Jeff Lewis confirms that he has a new show. It's basically the working title is going to be Flipping Out, and it's going to come back to Bravo.
Secret in the world, but Andy is now EPing Flipping Out, still Flipping Out. Brand new show. It's actually the same show. Coming back. I so appreciate you being behind me. It was a rough road. We've been in development for a year. It's going to center very much around radio as well as my real estate life, the chumps. And I'm incredibly grateful for you always supporting me.
I love it. I'm very excited. The working title is still Flipping Out. And Jeff Lewis is going to be back on Bravo, everybody.
Worst kept secret.
Now, Jeff did say something that was very, very, it was not well received. It was something, and I'm not going to pull it up here, but it was something basically about Monica from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. It was along the lines of her finances. Now, I watched the Peacock version. They edited it out for the Peacock version. So essentially what they were talking about, and Jeff was trying to be funny, and I get this energy, but he was basically saying, why don't you like, do you do credit checks on these housewives? Like, you used to only hire these really aspirational, really rich housewives. Why are you hiring just like normies, financially normies? And Andy was like, okay, Jeff, okay. Now they cut this out, and I'm imagining it was right during this part where he basically made fun of Monica, who was fired now since, but she was on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. She was the girl who was the fake reality Von Teese or whatever her name is. And he made fun of her being on SNAP benefits, something along those lines. Horrible, horrible joke. Obviously, in this moment in time, that is not something to joke about. Now, it is kind of funny, the fact that he's talking to a Bravocon audience that is spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to be at an event called Bravocon. So clearly every single person that is in that room is not struggling financially for food, right? Let's be real. But horrible joke for like the greater good of the world and America in this economy and in this moment. It's just so not smart. But Jeff is not a smart man when it comes to thinking about timing. Like, he never says the right thing, and that's his brand. But they did edit it out, which is very interesting. Tone deaf is a good word. Ill-timed is what Maddie says. Yes, all of those things are true. But he is right that we do like to see the rich, the extravagance, the inspirational housewives, which is why when they announced Real Housewives of Rhode Island, we were all like, oh, that looks great. We saw a trailer and it's like rich and all this fancy shit. And it's really, really fun. And I think Jeff's brand is saying exactly what's on his mind. It's almost like Rain Man or something. Like, you know, when you don't have a filter, you just say exactly what's on your mind. You don't know how to stop him. And I think that that's kind of interesting. But Andy's response to why he doesn't hire only rich people is because he seriously just says, Andy just says, we literally just find interesting housewives. And that is not going to be the only criteria. It is a criteria in some cases, but it's not the only criteria. And we always know that rich does not always mean good housewife. There's always remember that blonde girl on OC? Now I can't remember her name. Elizabeth Vargas, and she was an awful housewife, but she has so much money. It happens, right? Okay. Maddie also says, but he seemed on one anyway. There was a few too many asinine moments. Yeah, he had some really bad moments. Jeff had some other really bad moments, and I saw him a little bit later. I don't know if Bravo would have aired every single one of them. He talked some real crap on Dorit. Let's see what this one says.
Being a professional reality star is not a career. It is an income supplement. You have to keep your job, you have to keep your career, and that's what makes you interesting, and that's what brings content. And so my concern is after third season, fourth.
Is this an interview or
No, I'm going to get the question.
Is this Jeff Lewis open mic rags on the Housewives?
You're right.
I thought we were doing I do listen to Jeff Lewis live every day. I hear you know. Hi.
All right. Okay, so you're right.
I'm here.
You're right. Do you think there's such a thing as being a professional reality star?
I am totally with you. I think that one of the things that makes everybody interesting that we put on Bravo, we put them on because they have interesting lives.
Yes. Being a professional reality star is not.
It's kind of funny. I mean, I like their energy together. I do actually think it's kind of funny to see them together. But yeah, Jeff was not interviewing very well, right? He made it more about himself. I'm trying to see if, this is something he said about Tamra. Now, Tamra's not popular with the audience, so I'm sure people liked it. But, I don't have issues personally with Tamra. But listen how bitchy this comment.
God, we're actually good friends, and she has money. She has a very successful business, but I think she cheaped out when furnishing is, and it's not tacky by any means. It's just I can tell the furniture is very inexpensive. Tamra. Fuck off, you asked me.
I'm sorry.
God, we're actually good.
that's effed up to say that your furniture is cheap, especially because he's friends with him or her, you know? So that's kind of shitty. Jeff Lewis reveals drama with Andy Cohen to Kate Chastain. Let's watch it.
I just want to hear, Jeff, you're always so unapologetic and unfiltered. Tell me about your first day at Bravocon.
Well, I successfully pissed Andy off, and he's seriously not talking to me, and I've sent him a couple apology texts, but now I'm just going to let it go.
I just want to hear, Jeff, you're always so...
I imagine that's probably true. I don't know if it's really true. I wonder if he talked about it today on his show. I'm sure you guys would know maybe more, but the comments are pretty crazy here. Perez Hilton says Jeff is always the problem. This other person says, Jeff, the joke about Monica and food assistants was not funny given the times we were in. Own it and apologize and move on. Someone else says, Jeff doesn't know his place. He thinks he's an equal to Andy. Bethany tried doing that same behavior and look what that got her. Someone else said, I used to like Jeff, but I think he's become hateful and mean-spirited. People are angry. People are angry. But some people are also like, love Jeff and his I don't give a shit attitude. Andy will be okay. Andy is too woke and sensitive. Jeff didn't do anything. So people are half and half. What do you guys think? Do you think that people have a right to be mad at Jeff? Do you think? Okay, we'll see. I think the reason why, by the way, I think the reason that Bethany and Andy are not friends is not because Andy cut Bethany out. It's because Bethany cut Andy out. Andy would have kept Bethany in his life, in my opinion, forever and ever and ever. I think he loved that girl. And I think she cut him out, which broke his heart. In fact, one question that was asked to Andy during that panel with Jeff from an audience member was, of these three people, who would you rather become friendly with again? Nene, Bethany, or Kathy Griffin? These are three famous feuds he's had with women. And Andy said, Kathy Griffin and I are texting or emailing back and forth, which is probably interesting because she just talked about it on The Good Guys and The Good Guys podcast. And she said that she doesn't know why she can't get along with Andy again, considering he makes up with so many other people. So I wonder if that kind of triggered a friendship. Susan says something happened the night Bethany and Jeff were on Watch What Happens Live. That was the end. Yes, something did happen, but it didn't happen to Andy. It happened to Andy was mad at Bethany that night. There was no question. Andy was mad at Bethany because Bethany was talking a lot of smack about housewives. Remember that? She was going on her social media and she was talking a lot of shit about housewives, and she was doing podcasts about housewives, but Andy wouldn't have cut Bethany out. Andy called Bethany out on her shit that night on Watch What Happens Live, that December episode. I remember it really well. And then what happened was Bethany didn't feel good that Andy called her out on her shit because we have so many egos and there's ego after ego. And Bethany did not feel good about it. So then she ended up holding on to that anger of feeling called out on that episode and taking it to the max. And that's when she started going after the Bravo. What was it called? The Bravo. Dude, what was that called? The Bravo. What was her big movement against Bravo? Someone help me. Where Leah McSweeney was starting to sue and everyone was going against Bravo, and there was that big article. And Bethany was intense. She decided, I'm going to take down Bravo. The Reckoning. Thank you so much. The Reckoning. And she literally didn't. She wasn't capable. Everyone tried in her corner. All these people, all these producers tried so hard to bring down Bravo that had been scorned by Bravo. Everyone tried. Bethany, former reality stars, Nene, anyone that had been hurt by Andy, anyone that had been fired by Bravo, all those producers tried so hard to take down Bravo, and nothing worked. And of course, that Leah McSweeney lawsuit is still happening with Andy Cohen and Bravo, but it ain't happening. Bravo is a beast. Look what just happened this weekend. It's a beast. It ain't going anywhere, you guys. That is not going anywhere. Okay, on my list of other huge things that happened over the weekend, the biggest tea is that Vicky Gunvalson is coming back, you guys. Vicky Gunvalson was asked back for her 20th season. What a huge, huge thing, you guys. That is a huge moment. And I couldn't be happier for her. I truly think it was such an incredible decision for Bravo to give Vicky Gunvalson her orange back for the 20th season. It's exactly what is needed for Orange County to come back with a bang. Orange County was really truly struggling. It's not above me that Bravo put a picture of all 20 of her faces. I mean, maybe it's not 20, but it's so shady but funny that they literally put down season 1, season 2, all of her faces from all the seasons. She literally looks different in every single season. It's hysterical. But Vicky is such a classic, such an amazing housewife. I have never not liked Vicky, even when I couldn't stand her. I loved her. I've met Vicky twice. I think she is phenomenal. She is so entertaining, and she's actually really kind in person. I've always liked Vicky. I've never disliked Vicky. I say the same thing about Ramona. You can't have Real Housewives of New York OGs without Ramona, and you can't have Real Housewives of OC without Vicky. And it's never, ever going to happen, ever, without her. So this was important. And everyone was happy for her. And all the girls were so excited for her. And I think it was really special. And Vicky, one thing Vicky needs is validation and attention, recognition, and like love. You know, her love tank is full. And how cute is this? Tamra and her. It says, all is good in the world. We're going to Andales. That's their little whoop it up in, you know, Puerto Rico or wherever they go. Christian Grace Snow, that's her podcast partner, is very cute. How sweet is this? Listen to this caption that Vicky wrote. I mean, this is so cute. She goes, walking into Bravocon, I truly thought this weekend might be my send-off. Backstage holding Andy's hand, I was taking in every moment and feeling so much love for this community. What I didn't expect was the overwhelming support, the cheers, and the surprise that would follow. Being asked to return to Real Housewives of OC, my love tank is so full. To Andy, my Bravo family, and all of you who have supported me through every high, low, and whoop it up moment, thank you. I am so grateful, so humbled, and so excited for this next chapter. The OG is back, and I can't wait. I mean, it's the best.
Welcome back to the Bravos from Bravocon Live. I am Andy Cohen, the OG of the OC. Vicky Gunvalson and I are here to announce our next presenters. Before we do, Vicky, can you believe the Real Housewives of Orange County is entering its 20th season next year?
Yeah, and this is so exciting. And I love you guys out there. I love Bravo. It's been a great ride. I love it.
Vicky, would you join us as a housewife for season 20 of the Real Housewives of Orange County?
Yes.
Woohoo! Season 20 is going to be great. You surprised?
Yes.
I had that orange in my back pocket the whole time I was talking to you.
You're something else. You are something else.
Welcome back to
How cute is that, you guys?
Bravocon Live.
This was everything for her. She's like an empty nester. Her kids are grown. This is everything for her. This is her life. Even though she has like a full career, this is her moment. Ah, it made me so happy. Okay. So, and then look at her. Look, she's sleeping with her orange. Oh my God, she's so damn cute. Okay. And Tamra's so happy. You know, Tamra is so happy. Tamra really needed her back because Tamra needs her girl. Tamra's all alone over there, you know? So that was a huge moment. Another massive, massive moment in the Bravo landscape, of course, was this reunion that no one saw coming. No one saw coming. Did you guys see this coming? What do you think I'm going to say? Tell me in the comments. What do you guys think I'm going to say? Teresa and Joe are back together. Teresa, Melissa, and Joe connected again. Now, I need to know what you guys think about this. This was the biggest feud. This was a relationship that we thought was over forever. And her comment, her caption is love, love, love. Love, love, love. This is a brother-sister. that have been fighting for 10 years at least. I mean, I don't even know. They literally never spoke. They haven't spoken for years, or for a year at least, since the last season of Real House of New Jersey. It was a done deal. They were never going to talk again. It was so sad to watch the demise of this brother-sister relationship. And finally, they decided, let's get over it at Bravocon. This was everything. Now, I still don't think it's 100% genuine. I think it's for the show. I think they're dying to be back on the next season of Housewives. I think that she's panicking that it's not going to, they're not going to be back on TV. And they're all like, we've got to get back on TV. People are saying in the comments, this is great. Don't bring up the past. It's history. Let everything go and just live in the moment. You guys, your parents are fully looking down on this moment because both their mom and dad have just died. Everyone's saying this is good. Family, love this so much. Emo, healing, life. This just makes me so happy. They really, really, really need to keep this together. The problem is, how can they do it? And there's with Teresa's daughter, Gia. How can they do this without drama getting involved? That's with Dolores. But I really hope it's real and not just for a TV show. That would be amazing because, I mean, come on, family. It's family. Let's hope it's real. But how can they not fight? I mean, we've never seen them not fight. Let's hope. What is another massive, massive moment? Well, I need to know what you guys think about this. I'm very on the fence about the idolization of the return of the Grand Dame. If you guys don't know who we're talking about Karen Huger. I am very on the fence of the obsession over Karen Huger returning into the Bravo landscape. Now, Karen Huger, for those of you guys that don't know, was obviously a massive, massive, massive Real Housewife, huge star. She, this is where I struggle, okay? I am all about second chances. I am all about coming back, comebacks, and giving people more chances and whatever. It's the way you do it. It's the way in which you're given a second chance. For some reason, the way that Bravo is giving Karen Huger this like, oh my God, all hail Karen Huger. I'm trying to find a video of it. She didn't post it on her feed. So I'm trying to see if Bravo posted anything of it on theirs. So give me a second while I talk to you guys and I'm looking. But Karen Huger was given this like huge fanfare of like, she's back. The Real Housewife, Karen Huger is back. Karen Huger got 4 DUIs. Okay. She literally could have killed someone multiple times. Her last DUI was filmed by body cam. She lied about it multiple times on the show. She pretended it didn't happen on the last season of Potomac. She was in complete denial about it. When we finally saw the video from the body cam, we saw her acting a fool. Okay. Acting absolutely beyond hysterically drunk, like delusional drunk, saying all kinds of crazy stuff, ridiculous bad. She got sentenced to prison. She just got out of prison. She comes back on her show, and then she does a, sit down, I guess, on Potomac with Andy Cohen this upcoming season. She does a sit down, which is kind of weird and breaking the fourth wall majorly, that Andy Cohen goes on Real Houses of Potomac. That's kind of weird, but whatever. I digress. Okay, so she's back. She's out of jail. She's back. But like, why are we treating Karen Huger like she just solved world peace? Why? Now as I'm still looking for any reels, which I'm not able to find, and maybe they just didn't like post it, because I'm really not able to find anything. So maybe they didn't post anything. Yeah, I'm really not able to find her big, like, coming on a stage moment. I'm going to look at your comments. Okay, some of you guys agree. If you go out and drink, get an Uber, the fanfare for Karen gives me the ick. Yes. It's like, it's weird. It's one thing if she did like she was sick. Like I get the fanfare for Teddy Mellencamp. Teddy Mellencamp is going out there and people are like clapping like crazy for her and like, go Teddy. Yes, because she's surviving cancer, massive brain cancer that like she had a huge probability of dying and she's surviving it. That deserves fanfare. Karen Huger was driving drunk multiple times without a license even. What? Very confused. Wendy also, Dr. Wendy was on stage too. And like getting claps and claps and claps. Something is very off about this. So I guess she does admit, she admits that she has an alcohol addiction. Okay, well, that's cool. That's good. We've seen that before on these shows. Still doesn't make sense that everyone's like, ah. Very odd to me. Like, I think she just should come into the show and be like, thank you. Okay, you're back. But not like, wow, she's back. The Grand Dame. Yes. 4 DUIs, crashed into a tree, almost killed people. Woo. Called people names. Racist to the jail, to the officer. Woo. I don't get it. Like and I loved the Grand Dame. Like I had pictures with her. I loved her. But now I look at her just like a little differently. I don't get this like, oh, all hail the Grand Dame. I'm a little bit weirded out by that like fanfare. If I got 4 DUIs and I did what Karen Huger did, I don't think you guys would be like clapping for me right now, like loving on me so much. I think you guys would be a little bit grossed out by me. I don't get it. Okay, next. Teddy Mellencamp was there and looking phenomenal, by the way. Proud of Teddy, my friend who I've always fought for, even though so many people have hated Teddy through the years. Teddy is amazing. She did great. She looked great. All the housewives, by the way, speaking of, looked amazing. I'm just like thinking about different people. Candy Burris got the housewife like lifetime achievement. Her speech was phenomenal. You can go to her page or Bravo's and they air the whole speech. And also they do you can watch the whole thing. I'm trying to think of anything like massive, huge moments happen that I need to just jump out. Cy and Madison from Southern Charm and Cy from Real Houses of New York. They have beef because Cy was okay. This is not going to work. We're not going to be able to bark during my show. You get that? So you're going to have to leave if we bark. Okay. So Cy and Madison have drama. They have beef. There's so much content, you guys. We could do this for hours and hours. I wonder if this is annoying. And I wonder if there's anything else that I need to tell you guys before. Oh, this is a classic moment. And I think I just need to show you. Dorit Kemsley. Okay. Sorry. Dorit won an award. And she just doesn't give a flying F anymore. And this was the most amazing acceptance speech that she took, okay? Check this out.
And the Bravo goes to Dorit Kemsley!
Watch what she does.
Wow. Oh my God. Hold on, guys. So
She lights a cigarette.
thank you.
And the Bravo
Oh my God,
goes
it's
to
so phenomenal. It's so phenomenal. It's so Dorit, because Dorit is such like, look at this. She's just taking it on, unbothered and unburdened. Link in bio, she says. She's got a cigarette and a Coca-Cola. She's just like, this is me. I don't give a shit anymore. I actually really like it. It's like she's like, I'm not hiding anymore. I'm not hiding who I am. I smoke cigarettes. I drink Coke. Probably do Coke too, knowing her. It's kind of fun. Now, okay, Sheena. A lot of you guys are asking if Sheena got in a fight. Apparently, there was a rumor that Sheena got in a fight in the green room on Friday night, but it wasn't substantiated. She's saying it was not true. That's what she's saying. She's saying it's not true. It didn't happen. I still don't understand why Sheena was there. She's not on Bravo. She's annoying. I really don't like Sheena, you guys. Never have. Took me a while to even like get to this place, but I also didn't really get why Gretchen was there. Annoys me. Okay, you guys, I think that's the most from Bravocon. But when Bravo stars came home, there was more drama here in Beverly Hills, and we're going to get into that in just a second. But first, I want to let you guys know that this week's episode is also brought to you by LOLA Blankets. Okay, as you guys know, it's getting cold. As you can see, I'm in my cozy sweater here, and LOLA Blankets is the best blanket in the universe. And I say that truly. LOLA Blankets is the most cozy blanket on the market. Okay. At night, during the day when it's cozy, I like to lay down with my LOLA blanket. It's getting colder. I'm a blanket person. I can't sit on the couch without a blanket. I just love it. I picked the most beautiful blanket that LOLA Blankets has. It's like the perfect ultimate holiday gift. Okay. It's personal. It's luxurious. It's perfect for anyone that likes to be cozy. And I think we all do. Okay. This season, it's all about comfort and connection. Gifting a LOLA is like wrapping someone you love in warmth. And I've bought so many blankets over the years from World Market, from, Marshalls. I go to Target, Amazon, all of that. But LOLA Blanket is the only one that has held up with so much usage. I've had it now for so many months, and I have 3 dogs, 2 kids, and a partridge in a pear tree. LOLA is the world's #1 blanket crafted with ultra soft luxury vegan faux fur and a signature 4-way stretch that sets it apart. It's machine washable, double hem for durability, and stays flawless. No pilling, no shedding, even after repeated washes. It's the kind of quality you can feel the moment you touch it. And during the holidays, it's the kind of gift that feels extra special because it will last for years to come. Holy moly, Wrigley. Holy moly. I have the large, and it's perfect for cozying up solo or with someone else. Give the gift of softness this holiday season with LOLA Blankets. For a limited time, our listeners are getting a huge 40% off. 40% off, you guys. Their entire order at LOLABlankets.com by using code DailyDose at checkout. Just head to LOLABlankets.com and use code DailyDose for 40% off. After your purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. All right. As I release Wrigley from this jail, this barking jail of this room, hold please. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh my gosh, Wrigley. You're killing me, Smalls. Come on. Let's go. Out. Come on. Okay. There were break-ins in Wrigley's like going through something right now, a growing pain maybe. There were break-ins in Beverly Hills. This is wild that this still happens, and especially to these 2 people. So as you guys know, a couple of years ago, there was a break-in at Dorit's house. There was a break-in at Kyle Richards' house. There's break-ins at Teddy Mellencamp's house. All of these housewives get these break-ins because number 1, they are so public about where they live. And number 2, they post so much on social media. So all of these housewives post exactly where they are. And at Bravocon, everyone knows that they're out of town exactly that month or that weekend. So this is so crazy. And apparently, according to TMZ in this article, you love to say I'm sponsored by Daily Mail. Kathy Hilton's husband calls police. This is Rick Hilton, after he finds 3 burglars inside their Beverly Hills mansion. And I am so in shock over this because we've seen Kathy Hilton's house so many times on the show. And we know that they live in this huge, massive mansion in a very, very established, esteemed home or area in Beverly Hills in the hills. I can't believe that they don't have live-in staff. I can't believe that they don't have 24-hour security or at least someone like really manning the area. It's shocking. I'm so confused by this. Kathy Hilton's mansion near Beverly Hills reportedly had an attempted burglary. Rick Hilton called and said there's 3 burglars inside of their house. The police reportedly arrived, looked around the property, but apparently those burglars had already left the grounds. She was at Bravocon, and at the same time, Sutton Strack also had an incident in her home, but the same day at 2 p.m. On Saturday, the dog walker, Sutton's dog walker, called 911 and said the kitchen window was broken. It's not known if any items were taken from the home. So isn't that interesting that both of them had break-ins? And they were both together, and they were both in New York. So listen, LA is really, really bad right now. I'm just going to be honest, okay? LA is really bad when it comes to break-ins, when it comes to robberies, and when it comes to like crime. I mean, that's just the truth. And everyone always likes to say, you know, we're being dramatic and whatever. And that's why I feel the way I feel about a certain man named Gavin. But LA and Karen Bass. But LA is really, really bad. It's really bad. And the nicer the home, the worse your chances are of getting robbed. Like, people aren't robbing, you know, pieces of crap homes. You always think, like, if you live in a bad neighborhood, you have bad crime. And that's probably, like, true too. There's bad crime in bad neighborhoods, but it's these nicer homes that are getting hit with these robberies. Like, just recently, there was that horrible story that you guys heard about, probably, of the American Idol producer, music supervisor in Encino, which is, you know, the next town over from me. It's like, I'm in Sherman Oaks, Encino. And there's all these, like, that's where Encino is, where a lot of these housewives live. That's where Dorit lives. That's where Teddy lives. That's where Kyle Richards lives, you know? And so a lot of these nice homes and nice neighborhoods get hit because they know that if they're going to rob you, if they're going to go into a house, at least they're going to get a lot for their money, right? They're going to go into their nice areas. It's just kind of wild to me that if you're someone like Sutton Strack, if you're someone like Kathy Hilton, that you don't have crazy security, especially when you know that you're going out of town and you're publicizing it and you're very clear that you're going out of town. Sutton has dogs because she has dog walkers, and you're leaving them at your house overnight. Like, it's weird that you don't have a house sitter. I don't know. The whole thing is kind of crazy to me. It's really, really crazy. I don't get that. I hope that, you know, but I'm not surprised that that would happen, right? I'm not surprised. Okay, let's move on to some Blake and Justin news now. Blake and Justin, I can't believe it's already been an hour. Holy. Okay, Blake and Justin, we have to talk about what's going on. There's a few things that are happening. The PR war is continuing. Last week, we had that slurry of documents being released on the docket, right? We had all of the MSJs, the motion summary of judgments, whatever they're called. So much information, so many depositions, so many statements, so many new pieces of footage and text messages and emails. It takes hours and years to go through, not years, hours and like days to read through everything. And I've gone through some of it, and it's like, okay, you know, I already have my opinion here, and nothing that I read is going to be like, oh my God, changes everything. I have made my decision because I believe that at this point in the trial with Blake and Justin, I know strongly, in my opinion, that there's not enough evidence that Blake has produced to make for an SH case. There's not enough evidence that has made for, like, the punishment does not fit the crime, right? That's kind of where I stand with it. But since that has been released, there's just so much going on. There's so many PR moves kind of happening behind the scenes. And one of them is this video that actually Justin Baldoni has released. Okay. This video did not get dropped by Blake Lively. It's not something that, like, her people are putting out there. Justin Baldoni released it on the docket. But even though Justin Baldoni released it on the docket, Blake Lively's people, I don't know who on her side, but people that are Team Blake Lively are definitely pushing the narrative that it is very indicative that Justin Baldoni is making a very, very strong statement that is very negative against him. Okay. I saw it last night. I showed it to Lance and I immediately was like, what's the big deal? And I know that people that think that we make excuses for Justin Baldoni with every single thing he says or does would say, of course you wouldn't think it was a big deal that he said it. But I truly, even if he says what they think he says or what they're saying he says, and I'll show you guys exactly what it is in 2 seconds, I still don't think it's a big deal. I truly, truly don't think it's a big deal. I'll show it to you guys right now. So apparently, there's a video. Not apparently, there is a video. And in this video, let me make this smaller. Okay. In this video, it says Justin Baldoni is caught on camera joking about the sexual harassment training as Blake Lively's lawsuit intensifies. So let me play this for you guys. It's not very easy to hear. I had to play it 6 times yesterday and I still couldn't really understand it. I'm going to play it for you guys. Do your best to listen.
We should go. Ready. Toothpick, please. Viv, do you have a toothpick?
Yeah, right here.
Thank you.
What we're talking about is when somebody is deliberately.
Okay. So apparently, if you're just listening and you didn't get to watch that video, he's saying, can we get a toothpick? I want to go back to the video again. Hold on. He's saying, can we get a toothpick for Blake Lively? Because she had something in her teeth. He gets a toothpick. In the video, you can see that someone gets a toothpick and kind of helps her pick something out of her teeth. And apparently, he says something to her, or he says something to someone that says, and I don't know if remember, they're all in onesies. They're all in pajamas. They're not in fancy, sexy clothes. But he says something that says sexy or something along those lines as a joke. And then allegedly, and I can't hear it, and I swear to God, I've tried so hard to watch this over and over. But he says something along the lines of, sorry, I missed the sexual harassment training. And he's saying it with such a smirk, and he's clearly joking, and it's obviously sarcastic. And so is Blake. She's smiling right here the second he says it because he's looking right at the camera, meaning he's doing it for the joke. Okay. When I showed this to Lance yesterday, we were both like, I'm sorry. When did we get to the place where we're not allowed to joke on a set anymore? When? I'm sorry. What is happening in this world that we're not even allowed to joke? What is happening? This is so out of control. Now, I feel insane, but I kind of remember last week when I was going through all the documents of the motions that there was a sexual harassment training and that Baldoni and Heath, a WAYFAIR sexual harassment training, and Baldoni and Heath did attend. And I could be wrong, and I didn't have the time to look up the documents today to see if that was true. But I am 99% sure there was a WAYFAIR sexual harassment training, WAYFAIR production, and that both of them did attend. And this was at the very beginning of production. So even if he's joking about it, it doesn't mean that it's true. But by the way, I make jokes like this all the damn time. And in the grand scheme of 0 to creepy, he's still at such a low end of creepy that it is so psycho to me be turning this into a story. And I know that like people are going to still try so hard to make this into like, oh my God, you keep giving him passes. You keep giving him so many passes. Why do you keep giving Justin so many passes? Clearly he's a creep. I seriously do not think this is creepy. I don't understand how else to explain this to you. I'm around men all the time. I'm around my husband. I'm around my husband's friends. I'm around my best friend's husbands. I'm around. I don't think this is creepy. I think this is just like a silly joke. This is not like I want to take your boobs and like stick my penis in it. Like what? This is grounds for harassment. This is your argument. You know what this shows me? This shows me you got nothing. That's it. This shows me you got nothing. This is like we are desperate to find the needle in the haystack, and we are looking for everything. This is giving Blakebot, right? So it doesn't make any sense to me that they're even talking about this. Like, what's the point? What is the damn point of this story even being part of the story? He released it. It's like the dance scene. He released the dance scene to show I didn't sexually harass her during the dance scene. I didn't say, you smell nice. I didn't do all those things that she's saying I did. He released it to get ahead of the story, to show this is exactly how it went down. But her supporters, her enablers are like, do you see? Because when you have glasses on that only see things a certain way, they're going to see everything a certain way. So if he's walking a certain way, they're like, do you see how creepy his walk is? It says at one moment, he uttered the word sexy while looking in Lively's direction. What? And although his legal team insisted the comment was entirely unremarkable, the clip showed several crew members seemingly exchanging quick, uncomfortable glances. Clearly, he didn't think she was sexy, you guys. She was wearing a fleece onesie. My God, it's so ridiculous. It says you can really feel how viscerally uncomfortable everyone is around him. Oh my God. They're grasping at straws to catch him saying something. The Blakeettes are experiencing hysteria. I mean, if you're uncomfortable around him, like let's watch this again. Look around at everyone else. I think they're uncomfortable because they're actors and they're extras on a set, and they've probably been working 12 hours long. And this is take number 46. Have you ever been an extra on a set? Do you know how hard and how long your days are? It is so not a fun job to be an extra. Extras don't stand around to be like, every extra I've ever seen looks unhappy and uncomfortable and looks like hell. Let's watch it one more time.
We should go. Ready.
Okay, hold on. I want to say something. Look at this woman that turns her head right when it starts and starts walking towards us. This is before he says sexy. This is before he says anything about sexual harassment training. She looks really uncomfortable, by the way, though. Look, that woman. Everyone looks uncomfortable that I'm looking at right now.
Toothpick, please. Ma'am,
She looks very uncomfortable.
Yeah, right here. Thank you.
She's smiling when he says it.
What we're talking about is when
I don't want to know
somebody
what
is
you're talking
deliberately
about.
staring at you, possibly like, you know, heavy breathing, touching their leg
happening?
at the same time, licking their lips.
Oh, well, hang
all
on.
of
That's
this
well,
kind
that's a
of
kind
stuff.
of you're adding a few things on there, but
Well, exactly.
What is this
but
video?
That's the kind of circumstance. But which one are you going to say? Well, I don't think you should be allowed to touch your own leg. Well, you shouldn't be allowed
Oh my
to lick
God.
your own lips.
Right.
Go away, video. What? She's smiling the second he says it. If she's uncomfortable, she would have stopped smiling. She would have been like, what? Let's watch it again.
Go, ready.
Okay. Right when he says sexy, there's a woman right next to him, that Asian woman, who looks at her and looks at him and makes a little bit of a face. And I think that that's what the person that they're saying is the one that looks uncomfortable. Let's tune into that. This woman. He says sexy and then goes like this. What does that mean? He's making a joke about her teeth.
Toothpick, please. Viv, do you have a toothpick?
Yeah, right here.
Thank you.
I don't know if he even says it. How do we even know he's saying it? His body is being covered when he's saying it. And by the way, how do we even know he's saying it? Who made the captions on this video? I'm questioning everything now. Did Wayfair make these captions? Who made those captions? I don't think he's saying it. I'm questioning everything, you guys. He's not saying it. I don't think he's saying it. Who talks like that? I missed the sexual harassment training. His voice goes up. He's not saying it. Let's listen to it again. Listen to the cadence of his voice. Who would talk that way? I missed the sexual harassment training. I don't think he's saying it. This is my casting director audition experience coming in. He's not saying it. I missed the sexual harassment training. It's up. Oh, let's see if I can make it louder. Hold on. Okay, let's do it one last time. One more time. Listen. I missed the sexual harassment training. You would never say it like that. You would never say it like that. I'm telling you, you wouldn't say it like that. Sorry, I missed the sexual harassment training. He's saying something else. Sorry, I missed the something. He says, sorry, I missed the. But who made the captions? You guys, who made the captions? Someone find out. We need to figure this out. Seriously, who made these captions? If Wayfair made the captions, then it's definitely true. But I don't think Wayfair made these captions. Does anyone know? Yeah, it sounds like it's a fake British accent. Sorry, I made this sexual harassment training. Dr. Leslie Dobson made the captions. Ex-patriarch had it first. Wait, ex-patriarch seriously made the captions? Is that true? Is that true? Because then it's fake. I don't think he said it. I'm going to do it one more time for you guys. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, that's it. Done. He didn't say it. You don't speak that way. You do not speak that way. I need to know. Sorry, I missed the sexual harassment training. Nope. No. He posted it first on Reddit. Liar. I don't trust that shit. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. He is the biggest liar. There's no way that's true. Okay, we've got to move on and talk about something else. Okay. What about, there's something else that happened, and this is interesting, you guys. This is a very interesting one. On TikTok, you guys may have remembered Be Better. Be Better was a TikToker who had a lot of insider information on the Blake Lively stuff. He was covering the Blake Lively stuff like crazy. He was big on the story of like, he was opening up all these files. He was talking about everything. And then he kind of went silent. And I'm friends with him, Marcos from Be Better. I really like him. He's a nice guy, whatever. So it was kind of like sad when he stopped talking about it. But, you know, I didn't like think twice about it. People just move on from covering stuff. And then last night he posted a video. And I think this is interesting. Okay. I think this is interesting. And I want to know your guys' take on it. I'm going to play this video for you. And I also want you to, I'm going to play it. I'm going to see if I can play it in double speed first. Let me pull it up. Okay. I want to play it in double speed. Can I do that on, shoot. Can you play it double speed on, oh good, speed. I'll start at 1.5. It's long, so I'm going to play it on as 1.5 speed. Okay. Let me know what you guys think.
Specifically made this spam account so that I could share some information with you guys that could hopefully exist in the safety of this account not having a lot of followers, so I can avoid reaching the volume of people that a video from my main page would normally reach. And you'll understand why by the end of this video it would be problematic for that many people to interject on this information and the story at this point in time. So there is a rumor going around about me that I stopped talking about the Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively saga because I was secretly paid off by Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. I wish. I'm still waiting for all the secret money that I'm being paid to hit my bank account. That is yet to happen. But the reason I wanted to make this video is to explain some context as to why I did actually stop talking about it. So for those of you that don't know, my other account is Be Better, and I sort of became known as one of the central content creators, I guess you could say, of the people who are covering the case. And for whatever reason, people kind of looked to me as a source of information to break down what the hell was happening. And because of that, people reached out to me with sensitive information. People told me things off the record and sort of treated me as an investigative journalist, even though I am technically not a journalist. That is not my career, nor is that what I went to school for. But for whatever reason, people trusted me, and I got a lot of context on things that I wish with my whole body I could have shared with you guys. And I just wasn't able to, because that's the exchange of information. Like when someone's sharing information with you that's off the record, it's off the record. So basically, throughout that process, I spoke to people who worked on set, many people who worked on the set of this movie. I spoke to the inner friends and family of both parties in the lawsuit. I spoke to people that are in the lawsuit. And there was one specific person that I spoke to, and more specifically, one piece of information that I stumbled upon in that process that was incredibly dark. Whatever you guys are thinking, multiply it by 1,000, very, very disturbing information. When I first learned this information, and it is regarding Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, I immediately thought there's no way in hell that this is true, because if it were true, not only would it be incredibly, incredibly career-ending for Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, but deeper than that, it's illegal. The information is completely illegal. So let's just leave it at that. So I did what I would normally do in this situation. I spoke to a few select people that I trust and shared them this information while still protecting the source of the information, because that's very sensitive. And to bring this information to light would require me to expose where I got it from. And I know I'm being very vague right now, but that's intentional. And I hope eventually I can speak in just more directly with you. So I looked into it, I Nancy Drew'd it, and eventually it started to look like this information actually could be real. And then eventually I hit a wall, I got busy, I moved to New York City, that's where I am right now. And I'm like, you know what, I'm not the FBI, this is way above my pay grade. And I just was like, there's no way that this is real. Like, yes, I found information. Yes, I confirmed a lot of it. Yes, my gut was telling me this information is real, because I just have a sixth sense for people, and I can sense this deep demonic darkness with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. And I think anybody that is defending them is so misaligned in their ability to decipher who is good and who is evil in this world because it's so incredibly obvious. Like this Hollywood elite, these Taylor Swifts, Selena Gomez, Blake Lively people are just not our friends. So I kind of forgot about it. This at this point, I think was like 7 months ago. So then fast forward to a couple weeks ago, I ended up moving to New York City, as I said. And one of my contacts that was, I think it's fine if I say they were an old business partner of Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. They had shared information with me that's not related to the big bombshell that I'm alluding to. And they said, let's meet up, let's hang out. So we had dinner. And in that conversation, this individual said something that sent shivers down my entire body. I got goosebumps. I had like a Raven Simone moment where I was like, and it was like in the movie, like Entangled, where she starts like piecing together everything that happened, like all the information that I had, it started to make sense. And this individual said something that was completely unrelated to, or they didn't think what they were saying was like, they just thought it was a really just general piece of information, but they didn't realize that was the missing piece that I was looking for. And then I was like, oh my God, this source who shared this information with me that is so disturbing and so illegal and so disgusting, it ended up what I believe to be true. So the reason why I'm making this video now is in the hopes that I can connect with somebody who is an actual journalist who can guide me on the best way to vet this information, because the last thing that I'm going to do is say something that I'm not 110% sure beyond a shadow of doubt is 100% real. Maybe part of it is real. And even if there's a minor thing that I need to correct, I need to get my ducks in a row and understand exactly what is true and what is not. And then also I need to share it with somebody who can eventually, share the information with the public with the buffer of the legal protections that exist in a mainstream media outlet.
So the video continues. It's a long video, so I'm going to stop it right there. But essentially what he's saying, and his name is, for anyone that just jumped in, it's Be Better, but now he's under a new name. It's Marcos. If you watch the video, you'll see. What's interesting about him, and he and I have been texting, and I have a perfect person I think he needs to connect with, and it's not Candace Owens. And I don't think he should connect with Candace Owens on this one. That's my personal opinion. Come at me, bro. But I think that he is, whether or not what he's saying is real or not or whatever, I think he is a very smart guy. And I think that there's some really, really dark stuff that's kind of coming around about Ryan Reynolds that people are saying right now. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't have any evidence to know if it's true. I just know that Ryan Reynolds is he's a dark figure, clearly. And I saw Andy from Popcorn Planet talk about this earlier with a Rob Shooter. Rob Shooter is an entertainment journalist. He's been around forever. I've talked about him on the show before. He has a Substack. And he talked about Ryan Reynolds, how Ryan Reynolds has two very distinct sides. And he does it better than anyone here in Hollywood. And he has one side of like commercial, Mint Mobile, haha, Wrexham, like LOL, Deadpool, da 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 da. And then he has the dark side. And I truly believe that Ryan Reynolds is one of the most, and this is my opinion, like dangerous Hollywood people, because he's so front-facing charming and people like him so much, like audience-wise. They don't want to see him as like a bad guy. And he is so scary and bad. And that's why so many people are scared to misalign with him or unaligned with him, because he has so much influence and power, which is maybe why so many people immediately jumped on his and Blake Lively's side on that film. People are so questioning, why in the world would everyone turn on Justin without having concrete, strong evidence for Justin Baldoni's bad behavior? Like, no one has strong, obvious evidence of like this really horrible person that he was, but everyone turned on him. Well, I mean, if you don't really have evidence for him being bad and you're unfollowing him and like cutting him out of your life, it's maybe because you've been, I don't want to say that you've definitely, but is it possible that you were threatened? Is it possible that you were given an ultimatum, like do this or else? I don't know. It feels very possible. Why is it that Ryan keeps winning? Why is it that no one is dropping Ryan? Why is it he doesn't lose one brand deal? Why is it he doesn't lose one business? Why is it he doesn't lose one business partner or any sort of anything? In the middle of the biggest lawsuit in the world, in the Hollywood world, in the middle of the biggest PR blunder, in like truly everyone online is turning on Ryan Reynolds, and yet his business keeps freaking growing. Why? Something is up. Something is up. What? Now, I am not like a conspiracy theorist in all senses, but I do believe in corruption, and I do believe in Hollywood corruption, just like I believe in government corruption. And I definitely know that I've read enough books about government and about, the Kennedys and about the Bidens and about current government and about all of those things. And I know that Ari Emanuel was very heavily involved in government. And I know that all of that stuff, and I don't want to get into like all of that things, but people know people and people are very involved in things. And like, Justin is nothing on that scale. Justin is like a piece of sand on a huge beach, and Ryan is like the ocean compared, So there's something going on, big and dark and dangerous and weird. And the whole thought about we can talk about this another day because the episode's getting really long, but the whole thought about the Rock, that drama that Justin brought up, and the whole Don Saladino of it all, how Don Saladino just like completely is like, running to Ryan Reynolds and like breaking confidentiality with Justin Baldoni to kiss Ryan Reynolds' ass. Like, that's so weird. Everything is weird. So I sound like Kelly Wolf. Weird. So something is up. And Kat just said, I need to know what happened. The Rock. Leslie Sloan started spreading stories around May last year that they made up, but Justin testified that Stephanie told him about a feud with The Rock. Exactly. Stuff is up. We have to get into it. We'll get into it. Don't you worry. I am not above thinking that some deep, dark shit is out there. And I believe Be Better with that story. I just don't know, how much we know. And then finally, our final story, just to kind of end things on a little bit of a light note, and hopefully we can. Joy says, Donna, are we going to talk about the Megyn Kelly of it all? What can we talk about with the Megyn Kelly of it all? Megyn is right now, she's a little bit on my shit list. So I don't really want to talk about Megyn Kelly. Not happy with Megyn right now. Okay, let's keep things light and tight right now, huh? We'll keep things light. How nice would it be, by the way, if Britney got back into like a good place because of the Kardashians? Shockingly, I spent a couple hours over the weekend watching the Kardashians, season 7 of the Hulu show, and I found myself kind of enjoying it in a weird, strange way. But Kim Kardashian and Khloe Kardashian had a sleepover with Britney Spears. And you guys, were very invested in the Britney stories a couple weeks ago. So this is kind of cute. This is like a good little story, okay? Britney Spears shared a video of her fun-filled sleepover with Kim and Khloe. No, that's Be Better. We don't want to show him anymore. We want to show Kim and Khloe and Britney. So she shared a video on Instagram of all of them hanging out on Saturday night or Friday night. On Instagram, they were lying in bed, I think at Kim's house. Here we go. She says, such a warm, beautiful, kind family. Thank you for allowing me to play with your kids and dinner. It was an honor to spend time with you guys. Happy holidays.
What the fuck?
Oh, there you go.
What's up, baby? Do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2,
3.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, split.
Oh, we're just chilling.
She has an accent.
Geriatric bed. Yeah.
This bed vibrates. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Okay. So it still looks odd to me. I'm not going to lie. Still looks odd, but at least we know that Kim and Khloe are better than being alone. You know what I mean? Better than being alone. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. And I would like a vibrating bed, right? I would like anything vibrating. Remember when I used to have a sponsor of vibrators? I would like that again. We could all use a vibrator in our lives. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Subscribe, like the show, come back tomorrow. We'll talk about more things. My mic left me just before I was vibrating. What? Anyway, I adore you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And we'll talk tomorrow. Me and my pimple. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully this will be gone. Yes, Dame was my sponsor. Where is my Dame? I need a Dame. Okay, let's vibrate tomorrow. Okay, yeah, that's it. Subscribe and like the show. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.